Well, good afternoon, and thank you for coming here today and giving me the opportunity to speak to you. I am Larry Kincaid, and I'm running for Superior Court seat number 34. And as Bill and Craig so well mentioned to you, we are basically running on a theme of the ABCs of judicial performance. And A is accountability, B is boundaries, C is common sense. Now, where do you get common sense? Common sense comes from having a life of experience that's outside of a courtroom or a legal office. Now, one of the serious problems that we have in our courts today, based on or due to the fact that people are appointed, is the majority of our judges are appointed from the district attorney's office or from major law firms. And what happens is someone goes to high school, goes immediately into college, graduates from law school at the age of 23 years or 24 years of age, and in these educational areas, they're in a real small, protected, confined area. They don't reach life experience. They don't see life experience, because it's a real interesting little bubble to be in law school. You move from law school directly into a prosecutor's office, and you're in that bubble of just the criminal law of that prosecutor's office, and your life becomes involved in that. Everything you do is law. You go to a major law firm as a young person, and everything you do is law. So you have this strange bubble. Then when you move into a judiciary position, the first thing you're told is you have to separate yourself from people, because if you're around people, that creates a bias, and it creates a situation where you can't hear all the cases that are coming in front of you. You have to recuse yourself because you know somebody. So don't be involved in organizations. Be very careful about churches. Be very careful about clubs. Be very careful about the general public involvement. Whereas this is where you build your common sense. Common sense from life experiences. As Bill told you, he was a businessman, ran several businesses long before he went to law school. And when he went to law school, he practiced law in federal and state court, but he was also working with people in protecting their First Amendment rights, which he did for free. Colonel Craig Candelore, a Bronze Star recipient who served in the United States Army, a graduate from West Point. I served in the Army in 1975 and 76 out of high school. I then went into as law enforcement as a police reserve officer, but I was a businessman. I was a reserve officer, and I was a restaurant businessman managing restaurants. I later became a sheriff's deputy and had the great honor and privilege to work for Jay LeSueur, who was my captain and my commander. I served the sheriff's department until 1989, and in that career, I had the opportunity to mingle with people all over this county, different races, different creeds, different socioeconomic groups. I handled everything from traffic accidents to murder cases, even working in the back country where we didn't have ambulance services and fire departments that could reach you fast because they were volunteers. I had the opportunity, the privilege, to help deliver a baby out in the back country. All of this creates a situation where you're dealing with different people, and it builds common sense for all three of us, all four of us actually, with Harold, who has just arrived, Harold Coleman. This is our ABCs. Common sense built on life experience. You get kicked in the teeth, you understand common sense. With the ABCs, you get judges who are dedicated to the people, who are dedicated to the Constitution of the United States, who are dedicated to President Lincoln's proposition that we the people shall not perish from this earth. And with that, I want to introduce my good friend and fellow candidate, Harold Coleman.